Mic check, mic check. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. So we're just going to be building out this watch list together. Really raw version of what we're going to do this morning. I haven't looked at anything, so let's just build this out together. So SPY, naturally, I think that what we look for here is just going to be this trend to continue up with these higher highs. So it makes sense to go long above your pre-market high here. So that's going to be 650.5. And then I think we also, along with that, probably just look for higher lows as well, which would mean a short level under 647. With these levels, you know, sometimes the simpler you can make them, the better. You don't have to always, you don't have to always overthink it. Okay, hood. Hood number 2 on our focus list. Slight gap down this morning on hood. Big run yesterday. I think we just looked for new all-time highs and a green to red move. Red to green move. Red to green. So we're going to say long above 117.5. On watch for new all-time highs and a red to green move on the reclaim of the PDC. So hood's going to be a long above 117.5. Do keep in mind there's some minor resistance at 118, but I don't think that's going to be a huge deal if this continues to run today. Short level, I'm probably not going to place one. I don't think I'm going to place one. I don't see there's nothing here bearish about this, right? So no short. Amazon, daily time frame. You see how Amazon's at this point of resistance, right? I mean, it's really messy, but we can make the argument that this is kind of like a cup and then handle formation type thing. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but you get the idea of what I'm going off of here, right? This resistance, we pull it to the right. Amazon's at that resistance. Beyond that, you're looking to move to 240 plus. 242 is your resistance there. So 5-minute time frame, maybe long above 237. The pullback here, I was hoping that this would actually open up closer to that resistance. So the pullback here kind of pulls this out of play a little bit. So I'm just going to set it as a placeholder for now as a side chart, and then we'll come back to it and move it around if we need to. All right, UNH. What is this? UNH trading higher after the company announced it intends to reaffirm its EPS guidance previously disclosed on July 19th. Wait. Okay. This is kind of BS news. So it intends to reaffirm. So they're basically saying we've already put out this information, but we plan to tell you that this information is actually real. That's what I'm getting from this. It intends to reaffirm, right? UNH shares are trading higher after the company announced it intends to reaffirm its guidance, which was previously disclosed on July 19th. Okay, long above pre-market high, so 335, 336. There is man, how many of you have been listening to me when I said UNH can get to 340 very quickly from 300, man? I mean, percentage-wise, even if it only got to 340 and you buy shares, this is a 13% gain on the shares. It was almost too easy. Where are we at? 336? Above 340, let's be exact here. Above 341, 342. Above 342, officially, this stock enters into the gap area. So there's room from where it's at 342, and then beyond that, we start to look for the gap fill. Damn, this might be our top pick of the day. This may be it. We might trade this over Hood. So the question here is, do we go how aggressive do we actually go on this? 334 looks like there's some fake outs above 334. 336 has only been hit one time. So let's just go 335. I'm telling you, you have been trading with the #1 analyst on the East Coast. I am that guy. I've been talking about UNH for well before Warren Buffett said he was talking about it. Know what I mean? Only the OGs know. For those of you that are new, you're probably like, this dude's crazy. I've been talking about UNH. We're going to say looking for a continuation following the morning gap up due to a positive reaction to a news catalyst. The gap overhead starts at 342. For those of you asking about my thoughts on this and thoughts on that, I'm going to get through my watch list. These morning sessions really aren't for like back and forth banter. I hear you, I see your questions, but I've already done my analysis. I'll take a look at them, but these sessions really aren't for that. If you're interested in what are my thoughts on certain setups and how do I build these watch lists out and how do these stocks take priority over the ones that you might be asking about, come join the Higher Spartan class. That's what that program is all about. We go live on Zoom all week long and build the watch list out together, and I will answer all those questions there. Microsoft, I don't think I'm going to put this on the list. I was looking to see maybe if it opened up any lower or if it opened up under 500 or if it opened up, maybe it gapped down this morning and we looked for the continuation sell-off. But it's not there. It's actually pressed up a little higher, so Microsoft is out of play. There's nothing there. Did I skip Amazon? I did on accident. So we'll go back to Amazon. Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry, I put it on the side chart. That's right. Okay. I'm losing my mind here. So Microsoft, we said it's not going to make it, so let's go AMD. I think we can leave AMD on the list. The analysis here does not change. It's still going to be a short idea under one. Ooh, should I go 150? Let's not get, I don't want anybody to get faked on this like yesterday, so let's go slide that down at the true low here. So not the true low, but you get the idea. 149.5. So we'll slide this down 50 cents. So we'll say AMD short below 149.5 on watch for a continuation sell-off from the bear flag breakdown on the daily time frame. Yeah, these sessions are, usually I don't have a whole lot of time to get through like back and forth banter with you can ask in the Q&A channel or post up your analysis in the member analysis channel of the Discord server, but going back and forth on your picks and my picks in the morning, I just don't know. These sessions really aren't designed for that, mainly because of a time crunch. All right, Google, I don't think we include this on the list today. I only want to trade this if it's going to make new all-time highs, and the sell-off yesterday pulls that so far away that I don't think it's likely that we're going to get there today. So Google, I think we pull it off the list. Tesla. So I included Tesla on the watch list as a gap fill trade idea today, and that gap starts at 345. This is still possible to leave on the list. So I'm not actually looking to take Tesla long. The sell-off yesterday and then the gap below is what I'm looking. So I'm looking for that gap under 345 down to 340 to be filled. So we will put Tesla on the list. Short below. Let's go 345. And we're going to say looking for a green to red move on the break of the PDC and a move into the gap area just below. Okay. So real quick, let's see what you've been posting, because I don't want to ignore you, but just for future reference. So you're asking about SMCI. Okay. And you're saying that there's a gap overhead. Yep. There's a couple of gaps overhead. Yep. So what do I think about it? I don't think that there's anything here until the resistance or the support of this gap, range is broken. So the range is right. This gap, if you're indicating this gap overhead as a gap, I would not, because it's so small. That's not even a 1% gap. It's barely over 0.5% gap. So this gap overhead, I don't think it's pointless. I don't think it's something that's worth noting. This gap, though, from 43 to 44, that would hold some significance, because now you're looking at about a 2.5% gap fill. So that does hold some significance. This little minor gap here, there's nothing there. But the range break might still hold some significance, and the fact that it's trading at $40. The problem is here now, this is not trading close to the resistance, and this is not trading close to the support. It's almost right in the middle, which means that there's a 50-50 chance that this moves up and a 50-50 chance that this moves down. So that means there is nothing here that is high probability about a 50-50 chance. I would like this much better if it was opened up. If this sold off, boom, now it's opening up here, and boom, we can take it for the short. Or if it was opening up here, boom, now we can take it long for the break of the resistance, boom. But that's not what we're given. So your best bet is probably just to set straddle alerts and come back to this after it gets closer to the support or the resistance of the range, and then trade it at that time. So no, the answer is no, nothing here. Thoughts about PLTR. Same thing. Same exact thing, actually. You notice I put PLTR on the list when it was trading closer to the support, right? But then it bounced, and then I said on my analysis on Sunday, did you watch my video? I said this looked like it was going to sell off here, and then it gets bought, and that long bottoming wick, even though I know it dropped lower, that long bottoming wick signals that the buyers are stepping in, seeing this as a dip buy opportunity. Let's go 5-minute time frame. Yeah, I mean, this sell-off, dip buy opportunity, and then I said usually when you see this, the next day is a reversal. I said that on Sunday. I'm pretty sure I did. So there's nothing here for me. Or maybe I said this on Friday, but it's the same. It's literally the same exact thing as SMCI. There's nothing here, because where this is trading at is, it's percentage points away from the resistance, percentage away from the support. It's trading right in the middle. 50-50 chance if it goes up or down. So there's nothing high probability about this. This changes and becomes a really nice setup if it can break out or if it can break down. but not now. So there's nothing else. There's nothing there. Somebody said MU's looking good. Yeah, it has been a runner recently. You've had some pretty solid price action. Yeah, you could look at MU over 133, sure. Yep. Earnings is coming up though, but you got time. You can still trade this. This is not the all-time highs. Just so you're aware. So if you're looking at MU thinking it's the all-time highs, it's not. So just be mindful of that. All right, that's our full list. This thing always gives me notifications here. I wish they didn't do that. Yes, that's the full watch list. SPY, Hood, Amazon, UNH. We removed Microsoft. We removed Google. Then we have AMD and Tesla. So let's roll through and see if there's anything else. Yeah, UNH with the gap up. By the way, if this presses higher than 335, just move your level to 336. But, you know, you see what I'm talking about with those setups. I mean, you're not choosing bad setups. On PLTR and on SMCI, there is something there. It's just there's nothing there right now. And what I don't want to do is put those names on the watch list and have them take up space and maybe even distract traders from other setups that are better when those setups don't offer us anything that's high probability right now. They are good setups, but they're just not ready yet. Now, something like SMCI on the day that it's ready could make a bigger move, and then you could be like, well, Gates, we should have been putting that on the watch list. I hear you, but here's how I plan to approach those. If those names, let's say SMCI does make a move today, and you hear me right now talking about I'm not putting it on the watch list because it's still trading within the range. If SMCI makes a move today and breaks out or breaks down from that range, who cares? We've got 6 other setups that we could trade that look way better than SMCI right now. Amazon, Tesla, AMD, UNH, Hood, all of those. I would even say SPY. All of those look better than. So if it moves without us, you know, it's a missed opportunity for today, but how are we supposed to know that today is going to be the day that it's going to move? So what that will do for us, I'm not finished with this story yet. What that will do for us is it will set us up better tomorrow to take a trade on it. So it will essentially, if SMCI or PLTR moves and decides to break the static support or resistance that it's trading within and, you know, make a pretty decent day, it gives us confirmation that the stock is ready to move. And then we just trade it tomorrow. So don't be afraid to let setups go without you. It's okay to let that happen, you know, if it's going to set you up for a better trade the following day. All right, I'm not seeing a whole lot of names that I'm just absolutely in love with here today. So I do want to put out a caution note on today. Yesterday was hot. You know, we had a lot of fun yesterday. I think a ton of people made really good money. It was wonderful. If we don't get that type of move today, if we don't get that type of price action today, don't be afraid to size it down. You know, always recognize, always be vigilant. Be able to recognize when you're getting shifts in market sentiment. I don't know if that's going to be the case today, but based off of these so Sunday when I did my analysis, I think I literally posted that it was going to be a great week. Where did I post it at? Did I post it? I didn't post it here. I think I posted it in the main chat or maybe in the alert room or something. Yeah, right here. I'm so excited for this week. We've got some really clean setups out there, and that was true. We did have some really clean setups out there. But after yesterday's price action, some of those really clean setups kind of get taken out of play. And then so when we go into today's trading session, you know, not those same setups are no longer present. We've got a little bit of variation of those setups, right? So something like UNH still has really nice potential today, especially with the news catalyst. Something like Hood has really nice potential, especially with the news catalyst. But other than that, you know, AMD is almost like I wouldn't say a Hail Mary, but AMD is kind of like a Hail Mary trade idea. You know, kind of just we're banking on that support to be broken, but it's not even at the support right now. Though it could sell off and make a bigger move, right? It's AMD. All I'm saying is just be cautious. Don't always trade every single day like it's the same day. You know, you have to be able to recognize that shift in market sentiment. All right, top pick of the day. It's probably going to be Hood again, but I will say UNH is up there with it. So it's going to be between Hood and UNH. Top stock pick of the day will be one of those two. I like the setup on Hood. I think that a lot of traders probably saw this run and then felt like they missed it, and that momentum, you know, you get a little bit of FOMO from traders, and then they're like all hyped up and ready to go. And so I think Hood probably could give us another run today. I wouldn't be surprised to get something out of this. So I still like Hood as a watch. But UNH is a fresh setup with fresh news. And so sometimes you'll see happen is you'll see traders shift. They'll shift from Hood. That volume will come right on over to UNH. So, but UNH is not as popular, though it could be, right? We'll have to see. But between those two, so whichever one moves is where I'm going to place my money. Top pick of the day is going to be between Hood and UNH. Cool. All right. For the traders that are new to the Discord server, first off, welcome in. Second off, we will be trading live today. Where we conduct that live trading is going to be right here on the Discord server. Scroll all the way down. Bottom left-hand side of the screen. Scroll all the way down. Click right here. In the arena, you see people already in here under the voice channels heading. That is where we will conduct the live trading. If you're brand new, do me a favor. Go watch. If you don't do anything else, if you do not ever do anything else, do this one thing. Go watch video number 1 on the WAP, please. It's titled Start Here. I'm seeing way too many questions that are answered in the course, and to be quite honest with you, I'm tired of answering the same question over and over again. You guys need to know how to use your tools as resources to make you a better trader. You would never meet a carpenter who doesn't know how to use a hammer, right? So why are you a trader who doesn't know how to use your Discord server? Go watch video number 1. It's going to tell you how to navigate the Discord server, how to navigate to the live trading. It's going to give you a lot of very just general information that's good information to know so that you don't have to ask those questions. You don't have to ask those questions. It's all answered there. So please do me a favor. If you don't do anything else here, go at least watch video number 1 on the WAP course before today's trading session starts. It's going to help you out. That's why I made that whole video there. It's going to help you out. All right. Good luck today. Live trading conducted in the Discord server, in the voice channels, in the arena. I will meet you there. I'll be there in about probably like 5 minutes. I'll be there in about 5 minutes. Let me get this watch list posted. Top pick of the day, as a reminder, will be UNH, something between UNH and Hood. One of those two. Both of those look pretty good. All right. Good luck today. Let's go make some money. Wait for those setups to come to you. And wait for confirmation before you take the trades. Watch list has been posted in the Day Trade Watch List channel. All right. Thank you for your time. Hope the stream has helped. We'll see you over in the Discord server. Cheers.